Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. I'm Handington and today we're continuing Cookie Wars! Now, I have finally been able to edit a bunch of episodes and I believe at the point of me recording this, the first 2 episodes are up as of the moment. I've decided that I will dedicate more of these episodes less to me getting items and level grinding and instead focus more on just progressing the story because I feel like that would be a better use of our time. Also, I'm probably not going to continue to talk all about the cookies. Ooh, login reward. I probably won't talk all about them on these episodes anymore, because I believe those get kind of boring. But, I may try to save those for live streams. Plus, I can't remember can't remember which cookies that I talked about either. So, we're just gonna do what I feel, in progressing. Now, there's an event, as you have been seeing on the screen here, the Rice Cake Exchange Center, where the adorable little Moon Rabbit cookie has these little rice cakes, which have been very difficult to get. It's not that they're difficult to get, it just takes forever to get a bunch of them, because every, few times you clear a level, you'll get anywhere from 1 to 5. And that means you have to clear lots and lots of levels. But I am very, very close. I haven't spent a single one of these the entire time, so I've been saving up to try and get White Rabbit cookie. Hopefully I can still get it within the 22 hours left of the event. If not, then I'll just buy a bunch of the smaller things, but I really hope that I can get up the amount that I need. So there's this event going on here. I don't want to purchase those. Sorry, it just showed some information that I do not wish to show on screen. Anyway, let's receive the login reward. Huzzah! And the Wind Archer event, which I had completed over... Oh, it finished up for the day. But there's also the Mystic Pet, and they're also adding in more of the game. They're continuing the story, like what happens after the main game. So I want to try and complete the main game soon. I also have most of these 7-day missions done. These are awful and difficult. I need to reach level 35 soon, which is a pretty difficult thing for somebody just playing this game to get. And I have to use the treasure gotcha 12 times. That'll be super easy. This, I just need to level up within 4 days, which I can do. The hardest one here is to enhance a donut to 9+ one time, because donuts are very difficult to get. So, really, that just seems way too difficult. I mean, it's hard enough just to enhance a donut, let alone to get it to level 9+. But, the enhance a treasure to 9+ B grade, that I can do easily, because I have a whole bunch of other treasures. And, the invite friends, I don't know, I can't seem to get that to work. Yes! Enhancement experiment. Yep, so I've already read all of these before, so now we've received this one, another A-grade pirate cookie, and pet enhancement. Nice. Enhancement ingredients. Play in elemental dungeons 3 times, that'll be fine.
So, Pirate Cookie volunteered? Awesome! But if you're willing to continue our experiments, you'll need to find some ingredients first. Here, I'll show you where. The Pirate Cookie is a melee unit, that's why we need some melee unit power jelly. And to upgrade an A-grade cookie, we need at least power jelly 2.
In fact, you need exactly Power Jelly 2. You can't use a stronger one on a weaker unit. Ooh, a rare! An elemental dungeon.
Are there any mean pets we can find in the forest? Got it! Giga Bomb! The scientists use power jellies in their experiments. We should do the same. I guess that power jelly too will do.
Alright. We just complete that little thingy, and then we shall acquire some more goodies in the cookie diary. Alrighty, the shield.
Look at your units carefully, and you will notice that some of them have quite a lot of HP. Put them on the battlefield to grab your enemy's attention, while your other units are destroying them. Flying melee units? Even better!
Alrighty, and now we receive some extra melee jelly. The spear. Win 3 times with 2 melee and 2 ranged in PvP. That won't be too difficult.
PvP mode is a perfect place to prove your skill. But have you heard of this strategy? Put your units with high HP in the front of your ranged units with high damage. I bet this enemy didn't see this coming, except everyone who has heard my advice.
In the lightning dungeon, clear the lightning dungeon normal. Oh, I've cleared it hard. That's why I didn't get the reward. Okay. And then teamwork. Over here. Yeah, first step. I won 10 times in PvP. Hurrah! Cool treasures. Try enhancing a treasure to 1+, B or higher. I wonder if that'll work if I enhance it to like a higher grade, like +5 or something. If that'll still count. Like if it's to +1 or higher. B grade or higher. I don't know.
Hey, you're cool, but do you know what will make you even cooler? Treasures! These things provide bonuses to the whole team. The higher the rank, the better the effect. Hey, I can give you a B grade treasure. Why don't you enhance it?
Alrighty. And then boss bounty, because I guess I beat a boss earlier. We'll have to look at all of these in a moment. That's the next boss, I believe. You know what? I think this would be a good time to talk about the boss bounties. Sure. So the Cookie Head Collector, because I don't remember if I've talked about these or not. A gigantic jelly walker that lives in the dark, ghostly forest. Not only is its heavy fists made of the hardest sugar cubes, it has a bizarre hobby of collecting heads of the cookies it devours. It's spooky, but also incredibly weak. Because it's the first boss. But, really cool backstory to it. An interesting, creepy, evil thing. You'd think that this would be a much more difficult boss, considering how menacing it is. But, nope, it's pretty easy. And the second boss, these are all blacked out because I've already beaten them. Pink jelly liquid passed through the ground and polluted the groundwater, turning the cave dwellers into jelly walkers. One of them, Black Sugar Golem, still roams its underground domain, but doesn't care about protecting its little friends anymore. They look like big, strong hands. Oh, now to kill them all. So that's basically him. The jellied worm, every rendition of the jelly worm is terrible. They're always difficult. You can only hit them using flying attacks, and also, it apparently heals when it goes into the ground. This thing is awful. It's like the worst of the bosses so far. That and the jelly mandragora, which is just a very strong one. We'll get to that in a second. If you ever notice a shadow over your head crossing the scorching desert, it must be jelly worm. Swiftly moving through the air, and sand. It preys on incautious travelers. It probably turned into a jelly walker after eating a wandering jelly walker. So this thing was dangerous even before it became a jelly walker. And it shows, because it's a very difficult boss. And Pet Subject, which is a fun boss to beat, usually not too difficult. Pet Specimen 108, the former protector of Dr. Wasabi's laboratory, used to be a small and weak pet, but after obtaining a powerful mechanized suit, it became even stronger than ever. It protects Dr. Wasabi Cookie's laboratory as a jelly walker, just as it used to be before the transformation. My mistake. The Jellied Mandragora. Most mandragores have 2 arms and 2 legs, just like Cookies, but this one was born with 3 legs and only 1 arm. It grew larger, angrier, and finally managed to get the desired arm after turning into a jelly walker. The new arm is long and liquid, and can reach even the farthest of enemies, and deals massive damage and is incredibly difficult to beat. And then the other boss, Mudman, who is strange for being such a late boss into the game, but is super weak. What makes this stage difficult is that he has a lot of stronger jelly walkers, but even then they're not that big of a deal, especially if you just go after Mudman himself. You can end up winning. So he's a good stage to actually level grind on because you can get a lot of experience. He gives you donuts, one of the few stages to do that, and he's a cheaper stage that gives you donuts. It costs 4 hearts, which is very expensive, but other stages cost more than that give you donuts. Like other bosses in hard mode give you, like, donuts for 5 hearts. So he gives good experience and stuff like that. So there you go. Also, I imagine him being kind of like Shrek due to his little Shrek ears and the fact that he's a swamp man. Mudman used to live in the swamp, but after turning into a jelly walker, he became the swamp himself. Be quiet, donkey. Now he can turn everything he touches with his muddy arms into jelly walkers. And he can also reform himself. He sounds like he would be incredibly dangerous. Everything he touches is his kingdom. No, everything he touches turns into a jelly walker, and he can reform. He seems like he would just be, like, invulnerable. But he's not. He dies so easily, which is kind of funny. Imagine what would happen if Mudman ever got into the ocean. Everyone would die? But maybe not, because Mudman is so weak. And then there's the next boss, which I have yet to fight, so I don't know about that one yet. And then the second time around in hard mode, the bosses come back. Now, some of them, like Mudman, which can reform, make sense. Others you clearly kill, so I don't know why they reform. But after our heroes defeated Cookie Head Collector in the Ghostly Forest, it furiously devoured Jelly Walkers to grow even stronger, and is ready to add the heads of our heroes to its terrifying collection. Still ominous. Still a weak boss. Which is sad. I wish that they would have swapped their strength, like with Mudman. Mudman would be like the first one due to its easiness, and then you just made Cookie Head Collector stronger, because he sounds so much more ominous. Black Sugar Golem still isn't sure what happened and who defeated it. All it knows is that a patient golem will meet its offenders once again. But beware, the jellied cave water makes it stronger by the minute. Cool. And the jellied jelly worm is also very difficult to beat. Still, the hard mode is not fun. Jellied worm might have been defeated once, but now it's recovered and already planning its revenge against our heroes. Jellied worm's strength is enhanced by its anger, and it won't easily be defeated next time. So it's sort of like a Saiyan in that regard. Ah, and I beat Pet Subject 108 in hard mode. So we can receive this reward, uncover the boss's secret. Hooray! This will be the first time I'm reading this one, too. This will be the first time that I'm reading this one on my own, and you get to read it. Pet Specimen 108 was devastated. It had only one job, to protect the laboratory from jelly walkers, but it had turned itself into a jelly walker instead. 108 tries following the cookies for answers, but only found itself back at the lab. After all, no one said that a jelly walker can't guard the lab. Somebody's got to. Interesting. So it knows it's a jelly walker, but still decides to protect the lab, even though it will still kill others. Interesting. Interesting. And then more bosses will probably be on the way, which will be Coulier. Now, what was I going to do? Progress the story. Weehoo! Alright, now where was I? I think I was still training on Mudman's stage. Yeah, because I needed more donuts for that ridiculous level up whatever. Aha! And now both of the weaker bosses have teamed up together in a double boss battle. Huge enemies are approaching fast, block them with everything you've got. Alright, boss time! This is a very boss-centric episode. 3 hearts, that's fine. And, oh, that's right, I wanted to tell you about the PvP mode and stuff. I will probably do that in a little bit. Anyway, Cookie Head Collector! Ah ha ha ha. Time to fight you. This one will probably be difficult, because it's such a later boss, they have buffed him already. So all that me saying about how weak he is, probably not gonna be true anymore. We'll have to see. Anyway, the thing I wanted to say was, PvP mode. In this game, the game in general, not just PvP mode, there are a lot of people who like to hack this game. Apparently it's fairly easy to hack, or at least easier to hack than Oven Break. And there's a lot of people who hack the game to get the best items automatically, and people who just are not playing fairly. So when in PvP mode, if you end up losing, like, immediately due to somebody who seems way too strong for, like, way stronger than it would seem that they should be, it is very reasonable to say, oh yeah, I call hacks. Because most of the time it's like, oh, that's an uncool move, because not everybody would be cheating and stuff like that. In this game, it's actually somewhat fair to do that. I mean, you shouldn't do it all the time, because there are people who just genuinely do well, and just have better strategies than you, they just have better items and cookies than you, and they just are, like, better. But there are other people who actually cheat, and who are way too unfairly strong. Like, they'll end up having things just not be correct to the game. And I have actually found, because there are plenty of you who probably do not believe me right now, and who are still saying, oh, Handington, you're just saying that because you're so bad at the game. I don't know exactly how good or bad at the game that I am, but I can certainly say that there are cheaters. Wow, we beat this boss at full health without taking any damage. He was still weak. Anywho, I do have proof that there are cheaters. There are some people who have hacked their profile icons to get different icons that you cannot normally get, which proves that there are people who hack this game and who are doing this. So I will show you them after we defeat this boss, because they have like perfect stats for a whole bunch of things, and I have a feeling they didn't quite acquire those legitimately. I also want to show you all of my items, because I just keep this game running in the background. I get a whole bunch of things. Unlike Goku in this instance, everything that I have, all of my strength in this game I have acquired on my own. It has not been due to any tactics or cheating, which is why Goku ends up being the strongest of fighters, due to his good heart and stuff like that. I've been watching a lot of Dragon Ball Super recently. I've gotten much more into Dragon Ball, so that's why I use that analogy. That was the first one on my mind. Ooh, mana gain ×2. Come on. Half health, we can do this. But anyway, after this, I will show you my team. I was thinking of keeping my donuts a secret, so this way it'll keep my strategy, but I don't want you guys to think that I am cheating if I'm actually doing well in the game. So I will just show you my items as they are. Yay! We beat the boss! Awesome! Woohoo! Black Sugar Golem was taken down. Alrighty. Yay! No experience because everyone is at max. Yay! Awesome! Another stage down, and we got some more experience to help us get that other mission. I don't know how long we're recording this, so I will hopefully try and cut it down a bit. Ooh, and there's a reward over there. Anyways, back over here, I need to show you my friends list. Alrighty, so here we have my friends. Here's Guy, who is Giant Poogiv. Super awesome. He told me about the APK to download, which is how I got it here. So I am very, very happy about that. That is why you are friend numero uno. But let me show you over here. So this is my profile, and when you tap the picture there, you can change to a whole bunch of other items. So there's all sorts of different things. This is the basic one. This is Ginger Brave. This is the no icon, which is the default. You can choose from all these different cookies. So there are some people who have hacked the game, who I am friends with due to the fact that I found them in the inbox. So we scroll down over here. Let's see, where's the first one? Here we go. So here's a person who has a hacked item thing. Now this one, I believe they play fairly. They don't quite seem like they are way too unfairly strong. They seem like they've gotten their things pretty legitimately. They just have a hacked profile picture, because I don't believe you can get that in the game. The other person who I was talking about is this fellow over here, who has perfectly blessed 3 electrostatics all at level 9. It's possible to get that, but very, very difficult. They are at a very high level, though. But their team is also very, very strong. I don't quite think that they're all perfect, but they're pretty close. So maybe they play constantly all the time. Maybe there's a feature that they were just... Maybe they were just very lucky and were able to get a ton of extra really good stuff without it being completely perfect, but almost perfect. I mean, the Moonlight and the Firefox, whoever, they aren't at completely maxed out perfect levels, but everybody else is very close to that. And also they have a hacked picture and incredibly high stats. So it seems like maybe this person isn't playing fair. So, Mr. whatever your picture is, We will still be friends on here, because items are still good to trade back and forth. But I don't quite think that these people are all legitimate. And also, before we finish this up, I don't think I got a chance to show you, or whether I did or I didn't. I did reach silver, so yay! I'm in the top of the silver rank, apparently. So, yay, number 192. I've been losing a whole bunch of battles recently, and I was wondering why exactly that is, because I am now even stronger than I was before. So I figured, oh, I probably just was losing to people because I'm just not good at this game and people were better, and that was the case for a bunch of matches. And then there were a couple of them that were just like, they sent out tons of legendaries all at once, over and over, and like decimated me in just a couple of, like in like a minute and a half, maybe even less than that, maybe like just a minute. And I was like, I don't know, something seems kind of fishy about this one. This loss doesn't seem like a fair loss to me. So there's a little bit of hacking in here, and they have acknowledged in PvP, like the Cookie Run the Dev Sisters have acknowledged that there is hacking and illegitimate scores and stuff like this. Like I said before, I also want to show you my team, so this way you know. I believe you got to see my treasures. I have level 9 of everything. I managed to upgrade those because I've been level grinding and getting tons of those little shoes, and I've been able to exchange a lot of my other weaker treasures to upgrade them all to level 9. It's not that easy to get... it's fairly easy to get the treasures upgraded to 9+, which is why the electrostatics at 9+, I was like, maybe. All of them having a divine blessing, though, divine blessings are much more difficult to get. Still possible. I don't know what the divine blessing is on those treasures, but maybe he got them legitimately. And then he has 3 electrostatics, which is kind of raised like a red flag. It's just like, that's very strange. Very strange. Almost like you took one of those and then you cloned all 3. But again, it's technically still possible. Everything that he's done so far is still possible. But having that hacked profile icon makes me think that maybe he's hacked the game and is just playing a little bit legitimately to not raise suspicion. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? This is my little team here. This is my leveling up team. I'm gonna swap you out. Same unit in my team. Whoops. I will swap in you. There we go. And I will level up you. We got another Giggle Bomb. Don't need that Giggle Bomb. And Mr. Sleepy Pod. There you go. I'm getting distracted. Okay, so my team. This is what my team is so far. We're doing pretty well. I have Senor Lightning Cloud. Basic attack spell, nothing else that you can really add to it. My Biscuit Bunny Bunch. I have them all boosted up a lot, thanks to my awesome donuts. Nobody suspects the bunnies being incredibly strong, but I have a ton of health for them, tons of extra damage. I found that the percentage damages are way worse than the ones that just add a lot of extra stats to you. The only time that the percentage stats are better is with like Moonlight Cookie, where she already has incredibly high stats, so boosting her up percentage-wise is better than just adding on to her stats. But in almost every other occasion, just adding on extra numbers to them has been even better than percentages. They yield much stronger results. This is my Pirate Cookie, lots of extra health and damage. And good old Cheerleader Cookie, more damage, more health. I've saved the best of these for my team. And then the one that I've currently been trying to upgrade up to +9 is this Healthy Choco Donut down here. Let's see, Healthy Vanilla Donut, bottom right corner. I can enhance this one with that over here, which is this one. Don't need that. Way weaker than this. Man, darn it. The donuts really don't have a high chance of success for some reason. You'd think that considering how hard they are to get, it'd be easier to enhance at a lower level, because I've gotten very lucky with the treasures. They enhance pretty easily. I've gotten luckier on some of the lower end upgrades. But anyway, these are little Strawberry Cookie stats. I had to give her some stronger ones to help even her out, the rest of the team, and now she's even stronger than Fairy. Fairy, I have the Swift Berry Donuts. I had done this at the beginning and she was very strong. I feel like I should swap them out, but so far everything that I have Since I've given all my better ones to the other cookies, I don't have anything good enough at the time being. So if I'm gonna swap them out, I'm gonna wait till I have a whole bunch of stronger donuts and then give them to Fairy. And then this guy, who I have made a mistake, Wind Archer cookie is actually fantastic as one of the best, actually. I thought he was just okay, like a slightly better version of the tennis cookie, orange cookie, which he is, except he's a way better version of that cookie, and he only takes 3 mana, and he does good damage, slightly weaker on health, but that helps to even him out for his strength. Very, very useful. I've given him the percentage damage, and it was boosted up a little bit further, so that this way, the percentage damage also worked well with him, where it actually is more than just the damage that I add on to him, but I did give him some extra health. And then Moonlight, who I had lesser items, despite these all being very strong, or appearing to be very strong, she actually dies way easier than some of the others. I think there might be a defense stat that the cookies have that they just don't talk about. I think that may be a thing, because she dies way easier than some of the other cookies. Like, Strawberry can last a little bit longer than Moonlight cookies sometimes, and it may have just been that everybody ends up attacking Moonlight immediately, and that's, like, they target the Legendary over the weaker cookies. I don't know, but whenever I send her out, she ends up dying pretty quickly. But if I needed a power boost, I have her. I managed to get lucky with the 7-day event. Well, I did the 7-day, I've completed the 7-day event, and then I got the 2 Moonlight cookies, and then I upgraded her to the S+ version. And then I got very lucky and found the Legendary Kamiho in the gacha shop. This is the exchange, my mistake. Ooh, yes, buy another one of these donuts. I need as many of these donuts as I can to be able to enhance that other one. Come on. There we go. Perfect. I've gotten a ton of money from, the explorations, which I also forgot to mention. I figured out a way to beat Kamiho cookies. I used my strongest team, was able to send some away. I just managed to hold out long enough for the survival, and I finally was able to actually win it. It was so difficult, but the rewards are absolutely worth it. So I'm very happy. Kamiho cookie, the constellation is a very good one to have. Very, very difficult, though. Incredibly difficult set of missions. But I've been talking on and on and on about all sorts of stuff. I believe it's time to end the episode. If you like what I do, don't be shy to give a thumbs up. Have a pleasant day, everyone, and this is Handington, signing off. Bye!